Hello, namaste and welcome in the series of cybersecurity. This side is Meena and today I will discuss about what to do in case of unusual activities in registry, DNS request and network. Cyber criminals are using different ways to perform attack on our endpoint, on our network, on our servers, data centers and whatever the resources, valuable resources we are having, whether that's our data or our processing power or so whatsoever the resources we are having, they are always in the hunt of performing attack on it. Okay, and if we find some kind of unusual activities, then what we can do in this case? Okay, as you know, the rapid growth in the cyber criminals activities day by day is increasing. Okay, they are using highly sophisticated tools, techniques, highly professional team to perform the attacks. This is just not like a one hacker is doing these things. There can be complete team that can be sponsored by the state, by the government, by the some specific companies. Okay, so there are the number there are different cyber criminals we are which performing the attacks on the different users or the targeted users. Okay, targeted companies, they can target the countries. Okay, and to combat against those attacks, definitely what we are doing, we are using different services, different softwares, we are using skilled cybersecurity professionals. Okay, so companies which they are using, then definitely whatever the devices we have, all are generating the generating the logs. Okay, so those notifications, logs or the events, average team, just you just have a notice on that point, average security teams, they are receiving 3000 notification daily. There is a this is means 3000 notification a team, a security team is receiving. So just due to the increase in the data, devices, in the increment of the traffic, every year it is just increasing by 20%. So huge number of notification logs, events, and this is the headache for the CISOs, for the in the hierarchy, higher level of the team in the security fields. They are always that means we can say that's a pain area for those to how to handle all those logs, what just makes sense of out of all these things. It's very difficult. Okay, so average expansion just cost handling all these alerts is $1 million for every company. Okay, so just here is good news for you as well. Means nowadays, due to the incremental on the attacks, people companies are hiring highly skilled manpower. Okay, because there is a lot of gap in the skilled professionals which the company required, and generally the manpower available over the market. Okay, so there is always a gap. Clear? So who is having those skills which required for the companies, then definitely they will get a wonderful opportunity with a wonderful salary. Okay, and if in case of some kind of attack is happening, then definitely there will be some trace, some kind of we can say evidence which we can identify as this is the attack happen on specific area. Okay, so when some changes happen on in our registry, we need to identify. Yes, how this you can identify, because there are the hierarchy in the registry which will handle all the programs, user, hardware or whatsoever the software we have installed, all will change in the registry. Okay, so when we are installing any software, we are making any change, just take the backup of it. okay. And later if you finding some suspicious activity on your computer, then definitely you can match it. Is it the exactly at the time of when I just took the backup, and right now what is the changes inside it? Then we can identify all these things, okay. And if their kind of attack is happening, then definitely we can identify, yes, there is the change in these entries, which software is that, which users privilege they are using, and other things where that attack starts, which software that's installed, which services they are using, okay. Each and everything we can identify, clear. And in case of if we are identifying, yes, some kind of DNS request or malicious request, or the irregular use of our networks. So just take an example of mobile. If we are using our mobile devices, and then definitely we are saying, okay, I don't know why my network is always busy, or where that data is going, or DNS query is just having very small in size, but why that much of the big data is just passing through the DNS queries. We can observe over the firewalls or whatsoever, to monitoring the tools we are using, we can observe it, and we can identifying where is the for example, here is the attacker, okay, and that attacker is continuously communicating with a server, okay. So that's the command and control they are using continuously. They are contacting a particular server, and that's sending the traffic from our organization, from on our computer, with the help of the DNS queries to that particular server, okay. So we can observe what is the IP of that server, okay, whether that IP is blacklist, okay. If that's not blacklist, we can just find out, maybe threat intelligence companies having information about all these blacklisted IP address, or just you can ask them, is that kind of malicious activity I'm observing on my computer or on my network, then please just have identify all these things, and they can just find out, yes, this is the malicious activity or the malicious domain server, so they can add it on into the blacklist IP addresses, okay. Then what are the best practices in these scenarios if we are observing such kind of attack on our system? So first of all, this I told you, make a list of when you perform any installation on your computer, and you can also use endpoint detection and response tool, which is far better than just normal antiviruses, okay. And just you need to keep scanning your devices from the remote locations programs who is just trying to access it. And in case of DNS or your DNS request, or the abnormal and IP traffic is just when passing through your network, then what you can do? So just you can predict what IP addresses threat intelligence are providing. So just you can have a look on it, when particular query I am receiving on my system, whether that is contacting to the malicious IP addresses or not, okay. Or just you can use the filter solutions, or DNS. Open DNS is just free of cost. You can start on your devices, so that whatever the traffic will come to your network, that will be filtered from that open DNS. If any kind of traffic trying to communicate with the malicious domain server, they will tell you, yes, this is the malicious domain server, okay. So just we can also use these steps to combat if such kind of attack is happening on your system. There are such best practices you can use, okay. And follow me on the cybersecurity page and get the notification for the next interesting and informative session, and also share that session with your friends, so that they will be able to understand if such kind of activities happening on their system, what they can do, and what kind of opportunities even exist in the market. Number of companies are increasing their budget related to the cyber security, and they need definitely highly skilled people, and who is having the skill set, right kind of skill set, they will get wonderful opportunity. Okay, in the next session I will discuss about ways you could get hooked. There are a number of different methods that hackers are using. So namaste, see you in the next session.